Hello, beautiful people. My name is Kristen. Thanks for stopping by my channel to hear a couple of book reviews. I had a while back purchased a bulk Audible credit bundle, and so I had some credits, and I decided, I'm going to use a couple of these and listen to a couple of really hyped books right now and see if they live up to the hype for me. So I purchased Theo of Golden and The Correspondent. And so here's my reviews, spoiler free. And if you want, I'm also going to, at the end of this, put in a little clip of my new puppy if you would like to meet her. So that's what I'm doing today. Without further ado, let me talk about Theo of Golden. So this book is the story of a man. We don't know a whole lot about him beyond the fact that he is rich and kind of nomadic, had some obvious traumas or secret personal tragedies. We get glimpses into that just in the way he's thinking and starting to correspond. He's looking for kind of a new outlook or start in life, comes to Golden, finds a diner where an artist, local artist, has done portraits of people in the community and put them on the wall for sale. And there are a significant number of these, at least 90 of them. And this gentleman, Theo, having some resources, decides that wouldn't it be interesting or a fun project to try to buy some of these portraits and give them back to their owners and allow them to do whatever it is that they want to do with them. So he begins this project, finds a place to live in the community, starts to get to know people in the community, build trust in the community, try to build relationships by picking people that he hopefully can engage with. And when he gives them their portrait back, he takes time to listen to their story and then also to reflect back to them as he's purchased their portraits and looked at them and studied, to give them the observations of what he sees in their character, of their faces and expressions, and kind of speak a blessing over them. There is quite a bit of symbolic Christian undertones in the book. There is references to scripture or to some Bible stories, and this is spoiler free, so I can't give away a lot of where it goes, but it goes into several in-depth relationships that he builds. We finally get revealed into a little bit of who he is, what's going on with him, and the book is just a beautiful telling of kind of keeping humanity even in the face of the fact that life has a lot of tragedies, and what it means to kind of come out of ourselves and to risk a little and to reconnect. So I can totally appreciate the hype and why people maybe even are really latching onto this as a faith of humanity or a restoration of humanity. I totally 5-star. It met the hype for me. Then I also listened to The Correspondent. This is a book that is told completely from emails, letters, all correspondence. And what I really appreciate about it, I read several books where that was at least a main part of the storytelling. Maybe at the end of the chapter there was this, or it was I think even The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins has a diary in the middle of it. So I love that kind of choice to storytell. This one was unique in the fact that the main character identifies herself as, hey, I'm a letter writer, I'm a correspondent, this is part of my very identity, and this is how I interact with humanity and relationships and my best self. And it gives me time to step back and think and reflect and write it down instead of maybe messing it up if we're face to face and on the spot. And I liked the pacing of it. I thought it was really well done and just very interesting, because you may have sent a physical letter, but then 4 emails will happen before you actually are re-entering the letter part of the story, and things don't always happen exactly chronologically, or she may be writing in her letter about something that was a flashback, or hey, this had been my experience, and we get to hear little fun side relationships where she's even writing customer service, or she's trying to interact with her roots. She's trying to also figure out things dealing with her family drama, because disclaimer, I don't want to give a lot of the details, but if you need it, it starts out pretty early in the story. We know she's had really personal tragedy and loss in her own life, including a failed marriage and the loss of a child. And it takes quite a while before we get to unpack any of that, but that is done and that does happen. And so a lot of reviews will say it's super lighthearted, and I appreciate that because there's the humor in it. There's the sweet personal touch of caring and humor in the caring. Like, even when something's hard, it has that sense of, let's take the silver lining of it. She, for the fact that she's been through so much, she continues to go on and to choose life and to choose to engage with those around her. But it's heavy material, done in a beautiful, interesting, unique way. So if you can't tell, this was also a 5-star for me. So these 2 audiobooks lived up to their hype. I really enjoyed them. I recommend them. And I will give another little teaser. If you like classics, I've also been engaging with a couple classics. I'm going to do a video on that here in a little while, and it is going to be a breakup with a classic author that I am no longer going to read. I had to DNF a book that I have read this author before, but this book took me down the rabbit trail of who this author is, and I just can't do it anymore. So I went back to another comfort classic author, and it was fascinating, and you need to hear about him. So if you like classics, like, subscribe, follow along. I will introduce you to my new puppy.
And here she is, the wonderful Chantilly Ann. Yes, we call her Tilly. Tilly, say hi. Say hi, Tilly. Hello. So yes, we're working on walking. We're working on potty training. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. That's right. So here she is. So hopefully you will see her a lot more in the future. She's going to be a reader too. She likes to read with Mama. Thanks. Happy reading, y'all. Take care.